Welcome back to Aawaz, Speak the Unspoken, episode 2. Today we are diving into a critical issue, child labor. Our guest is Nayan Purshottam Waghela, alongside a successful career in finance and celebrity management. He has been dedicated to social work since 2012. As a founding member of the NAR Foundation, he has worked tirelessly to address societal challenges like child labor. To start, could you tell us about the NAR Foundation? How did it come to life and what inspired you to focus on child labor?
Okay, so NER Foundation began in 2015 and it was started by our founder Mitesh Rathod. Uh, it was a short story which inspired him to start the foundation. So it was a one fine day, a Saturday. He had been to an on a regular visit to a Hanuman temple, where he had 30 rupees, 300 odd rupees in his pocket, and he was like, what to do? Like spend on himself or spend on others. So he decided to purchase, say, 30 vada paos in 300. At that time, it was 10 rupees. So he purchased 30 vada paos and then he gave it to the people, children around him. So at that time, he had no vision of starting the NGO. But on the next Saturday, when he visited there, so two of kids came and started pulling his shirt कि भैया आप आज भी वड़ा पाव बांटने वाले हो. So that moment he felt like अरे I too don't remember also that I had done this thing last week, and kids do remember that I had done this thing. So that night he was sleepless and that inspired him to start the NGO. And since I had the prior experience of the NGO, so he approached me because he didn't know the technicalities and all, but he had the vision, he had the reason to start. So that was the beginning of NER Foundation. That at that age we were around say 20 years old, and then we approached our other friends and family members, and all supported us in the cause. And slowly, it is now we are into our 10th year.
Wow, that's
So that
incredible.
is the story behind the beginning of NAR Foundation.
That's incredible to hear. Could you give us an overview of its current state and share and why often children end up in these situations?
Okay, so the major reason because behind the child labor is there are many reasons. So if we see globally, then International Labour Organization is hardly working behind it. They are very dedicatedly working behind eradicating child labor from the society. But the thing is the poverty in India. India is most favorable, or we can say India is most is the country which tops the table in child labor. Apart from India, Nepal, Bangladesh, so surrounding countries, all of them are indulge in child labor. Major reason behind child labor is poverty. Poverty. Also, the family members want their kids to indulge in child labor because they already have back end what we say loans and all to be paid, and they are unable to fulfill from their income, so they pressurize a child to do begging, to work in hazardous industries, agriculture industries, and many industries that promote child labor.
That's a lot. That's very saddening, though. Uh, so my next question is, could you share processes and a few success stories that highlight the impact of your work?
Yeah. So the basic process of child labor is, so we what we do is, first we identify the location where we find children. So after identifying the location, uh, we see whether the children, what are the number of children, and what kind of industry they are working. Apart from that, after that, what we do is we prepare a team we consult concerned government authorities in that area. We take political support. We take police support, because without all the police, politics, and all, we cannot alone do it. So it's a hand in hand job which is done by all of them. Uh, After that, what we do is we make a plan, and then we go and have a word with children, because the major thing that stops us is these children don't trust us. They also they think we are also the same ones. We will take them to another industry, and their life will be same as it is. So this is the thing.
Okay. Addressing such a complex issue requires collaboration.
Yeah.
How does NER Foundation work with local communities and governments? Are there any recent projects you're recently proud of?
Yeah. So since last 10 years we have been working in all these things. So recent, if I say we had identified an area, I won't name it because these things are more confidential. We had identified an area. We, with the support of local authorities, we went there. Uh, the rest thing was done by the police thing. We went there, and what we did is we had a word with all the children when the people were not there who had done them the who empowered them over there. So we had a word with the children, also then identified from which locality they are. Then we went to their home, had a word with their parents, and tried to identify that what is the reason that they are pushing their children to go and do this thing. So local authorities helped us a lot in this. Uh, Also, few government employees were with it, because it's a legal matter, and since ILO and everyone is involved, so we need to take many precautions also, because the thing is sometimes we also have to face negative consequences of these things.
Yes, true. Education is vital in preventing child labor. What programs does NER Foundation have to ensure children have access to education and awareness?
Okay, so education is the plays a vital role in the eradicating this cause. So what we do is we develop a center where they are living, and in the center we give them the basic education which helps them to say be a literate. So we don't do any degree thing. Also, we try to convince them if they are uh, willing to take academic studies. So we contact with the nearby schools and employ take their admission over there, and if they are willing to, then apart from that, what we do is, as I said, we create a shelter in their locality itself. Then our volunteers go there every weekend, and then we teach them different things like English, basic maths, English, Hindi, Marathi, basic maths, martial arts, kung fu for self defense, because that is also required. Also, what we do is we take seminars over there with the help of police. So female police come there and take the seminars. And apart from that, also we do is we take them to picnic. We serve them milk. We give them food. So food and milk is like it's a bribe for them to come and stay. I won't say stay, but to attend our lectures or something. Also, we take them to picnic, to movies. We took them to Wankhede Stadium to experience the thing. So it is the thing like we put a dream in them. So everything works with a dream. So currently, like they don't have any dream. They are like हमको ये fulfill करना है, हमारी family का need है. Their mindset is that because their parents have been implanting that thing from the childhood itself. So we put dreams in them, and So if they have dream, they will work for their dream. If they don't have dreams, they will only work as their family needs. So this is the way we try to bring them out of the child labor thing.
True. So, our next question is for our listeners who want to help, what can they do to support your efforts to combat child labor?
Okay. Uh, to all the listeners, I would say from wherever you are listening, the thing is you should support any organization, whichever organization is active in your area. If you see any child indulge in child labor, you should immediately report to an NGO or the local police authorities. They also do take actions against them. Also, they can help, like if financially they can help financially through social media. Today's today's what we say generation is of social media, like one post and it's viral. So this is a tool. If we use it as a positive way, it's a tool which you can use. Then apart from finance, social media, they can also do volunteering, because every NGO needs volunteer. Without volunteer, no NGO can survive, because I think founders or few members cannot be present everywhere and anywhere. So they need volunteers, and actively volunteers should also be like helping and working, supporting the NGO. So I think these three are the major thing that they should, as a society or as an individual, support an NGO. Apart from that, if you cannot post, you can just reshare any NGO's post that you think that it's working in a better way, whatever may be their thing. So this, by this way, they can support the NGOs.
Rescuing child labors often involves addressing trauma. What kind of physical support or counseling does your foundation provide to help these children heal?
Okay, so whenever we rescue a child, what we have noticed is they are very in a big trauma, because the life they have seen over there, it's vulnerable. Like you and me cannot imagine what they have faced over there. So majority of child labor is in construction, mining. So if we talk about construction and mining, so there are many hazardous gases over there. So they have been exposed to the gases on a regular basis. And at a early age, if they are exposed to such gases, their body are not developed at much as it should be. So the thing is, uh, they are always under some other illness. After rescuing, what we do is we personally deal with them on medical grounds. Apart from that medical ground, we also provide them counseling thing. We have a few counselors with us in the contact. So we do counseling at a very basic level, which helps them to come out of the trauma. And it's like it takes sometimes it takes a month, 2 months, or even more to come out of the trauma, because the life what they have seen over there is like a hell. So also their family suffers because of that thing, but family do support that child go for labor work and all.
In many regions, child labor is deeply rooted in cultural and social norms. How does the foundation navigate these barriers to bring out meaningful change?
Yes, as you rightly said, it's deeply rooted in the culture. So there are in Gujarat, not only in Gujarat, but all over the world, many places it is like child sell whatever, it's a festival thing. So it is like parents are like, मैंने बेचा, मेरे बाप ने बेचा, मेरा बेटा बेचेगा, तुम कौन हो रोकने वाला. They are always against us when we go there, because they think that it is our generational thing that we don't want to break. Also, it's like they don't believe in say child labor or anything. For them, it's like if a child is able to walk, talk, or say is a fit enough to do any work, they will push them into it. They are like, we don't need education. Education is not for us. Education is only for the rich people. They believe in that thing. So this is a one of the very, what we say, very tough barrier that we always have to break. And when there is culture involved, so people don't listen to anyone. We have to repeatedly go to them, request them, make them understand, or sometimes forcibly also we have to work with the authorities, because we know how bad the child labor is. Because children are not meant for working, they are meant for schools, playground, and enjoyment. Childhood is for fun, not for work. But their parents don't understand. They are like, we will do it, and that goes on. But we always try to uh, get the child out of the labor work, whichever they are involved in.
Since poverty is often a major cause of child labor, what initiative does NER Foundation undertake to economically empower families and reduce their reliance on children's income?
Okay. So poverty, as you said, poverty is the major reason behind the child labor. So the thing is, the male earning person of the family is the one who earns, but he mostly spends whatever income he earns into, say, drinking or smoking or any other illegal thing. Mostly their income goes there. So eventually the family needs are not fulfilled. So then wife has to work, and they are like, they don't usually allow wife to work. So eventually the burden comes on the kid. So sorry, can you repeat the question?
So, my question is, since poverty is a major cause of child labor, what initiative does NER Foundation undertake to economically empower families and reduce the reliance on children's income?
Okay. So I will continue from
Yeah.
where I left. So eventually the burden is on the child. So what we do is we go to their area, and what we do is we empower women. We promote skill development. So they are uneducated. So what they have is a skill in their hand. So we provide machines, sewing machines to the female. We teach electrician work, painting work, mehndi work to the female. Also, we through our contacts we uh, place them to some industries, where safe industries, where they are not exposed to hazardous chemicals and all. Also, what we do is we provide them with rations whenever required. We provide them books for the kids, stationery, uh, also clothes for their family. So the thing is, this is what for all they require the money. So we cut the expenses, and so eventually what the money they are having, they keep it as a saving. So this is what we do for them. Also, with the help of other NGOs, we empower them to other skill development centers in the areas, because we are alone not able to provide skills every time. So we empower with the other skill development centers in the areas.
Can you share a moment or a story that personally inspired you or your team to keep up going in this fight against child labor?
Okay. To be honest, every story is inspiring us because I cannot say a particular story inspired us, because every time we rescue a child, it's not only a child but it's a family rescue, what we think, because eventually the family suffers. They don't see the thing coming, but it's family suffering because of child labor. Since they are in the developing stage and they are indulged into labor work, so they don't physically grow, nor they are able to mentally grow, so they are weak. So there is no particular story that inspired. It is like every story is unique and every story is inspiring, because the thing is we are there to change the life of every family whom we take out of the situation.
Yeah. And what are some of your foundation's upcoming goals or plans to tackle child labor on a larger scale?
So to tackle child labor on a larger scale, we are already in connections with many NGOs. So we are planning to make a single platform for NGOs around India. So where if anyone finds a child being involved in child labor, just put a query over there, and our quick response team will be there within say few hours, and see what the matter is, and then take required actions with along with the authorities. Also, this is a part of NGO. We are also in contact with authorities that we are bringing some such kind of initiative, and authorities are also helping us, that they see it as a positive part, because they are not always the one who can go anywhere. So rurally also we have been finding some groups which can support us. Also, we are planning to develop an application or something which will help the movement or initiative to be on a quick response rate. Apart from that, what we are planning is a bit to work with the government and get some qualitative and quantitative changes in the laws, because we also have a team of legal team who is like planning, who is working on it and get some laws for it
On child labor
on
laws.
child labor. Yes.
Lastly, are there any ways for individual to volunteer or directly contribute to the foundation's effort on the ground?
Yeah. So we can be reached through our social media, through our websites. So we have form over there, so they can connect with us through the social media or any platform we are available. And on ground also, if they want, they can help us. Also, as I said earlier, they can also help us on social media. They can help us by donating, because this all activities required a huge amount of fund, which currently we, as a part of our saving, we use it in the foundation. Our volunteers, our members, we do funding ourselves right now.
Okay.
So they can also help in funding. So these are the ways they can connect us. Also, they can visit our website www.proudner.org. So we can be reached from there also.
Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing the incredible work the NER Foundation is doing to combat child labor. Your efforts are truly inspiring and remind us of the importance of working together to create a change.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
would like to thank you and your team for having us, and also selecting this particular issue that is that the society is facing, because this issue is like a very sensitive issue. We need more and more youth to join us in this issue. Also, apart from this, they can also help us in our other work too, if they want to. Thank you once again for having us here today.